What's going on, guys? Spud here and welcome to a brand new Life is Strange video. I said I would release this after Double Exposure is finished in case I wanted to add anyone to my rankings. The Walking Dead one did really well. Even though there's a few controversial takes, we did get over 300 views and 10 likes on that video, so thank you very much for that. Obviously I know I have more of an audience for The Walking Dead than Life is Strange, but we're going to do a Life is Strange one as well. If we hit 7 likes, I'll have the most hated 10 out by next week. If not, it will still get released, just it'll be at a later date. We have also got a Walking Dead video coming soon. And it is going to be ranking it's probably going to be ranking every single episode of Telltale The Walking Dead from 30. Is it 30? Have I just made that up? No, it's 28 if you include Michonne and 400 Days, I think. I think I've miscounted that as well. 6, 11, 16, 20, 23. There's 23. I don't know where I got 28 from. So it'll be from 1 to 23. That might still be wrong. Anyway, this is a Life is Strange video, so we are going to be doing my top 10 Life is Strange characters. Now, anyone that is involved in the Adventures of Captain Spirit can also be included from this, and also anyone from the DLC Wavelengths pack can also be included, even though that game is literally just Steph, pretty much. So, without further ado, let's go straight into it. And our first person on the list is Joyce Price from Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange Before the Storm. There's a photo of her in Life is Strange 2, plus an optional dialogue if you don't sacrifice Arcadia Bay. And she's also in a photo in Life is Strange Double Exposure if you don't sacrifice Arcadia Bay. I also forgot to add that if you do sacrifice Arcadia Bay in Double Exposure, there is a message, and in Life is Strange 2 there's a phone call. But with a phone call with David, but there's also a message to Max in Life is Strange Double Exposure. So yeah, I like Joyce. Everything that she's gone through, you know, Chloe being a really bad teenager, William dying, which was her husband, trying to dispute Chloe and David's relationship, you know, it's just trying to fix things, it's working in the diner, it's not easy for Joyce. It's not easy for Joyce. And she does look in Life is Strange 1, she wants Max to be there for Chloe. Obviously the last time you see Joyce in Life is Strange 1 is in the diner during the storm, and you can either tell her that Chloe's being killed or not, or you don't know where she is, or no, it's actually you don't know where she is or she's safe. I think I don't actually tell Joyce what's happened. You tell David, but not Joyce. I thought the character was all right in Life is Strange Before the Storm. You know, I think she had more of an impact in Life is Strange Before the Storm than Life is Strange 1. Um, and then yeah, there wasn't really much regarding the other games, but it was nice that she was mentioned or seen as a photographic image. Coming in at number 9 is Kate Marsh from Life is Strange 1. So Kate is a really, really important character, in my opinion. She's obviously been bullied because there's a viral video of her online, and she believes she was drugged when it happened, and people were bullying her, and it drove her to suicide. And she's obviously on top of the school. Max's powers run out, but she manages to get to the roof. So it's either you talk her down or she jumps. It's pretty easy to talk her down, in my opinion. Like if you pay enough attention and play the game properly, it's easy. Like if you know that she has 2 sisters, if you said 2 brothers, she'll jump because she doesn't have any brothers. So it shows that you don't care about her. And it was nice in episode 4 when she gets all the help that was it episode 4 that she's in the hospital? Yeah, it's episode 4. It is nice that you see her and she gets the help that she needed. Is it episode 4? Or is it episode 3? I actually can't remember. I think it's the start of episode 4. Um, Before you go to the school to get Nathan's information from his dorm room. But yeah, I like Kate as a character. She's been through a lot. You know, there was always that one person at school that was bullied really badly. Thankfully, it wasn't me, even though some people on Twitch would like to think it was me, but it wasn't. Um, and yeah, quite a realistic character, I think, Kate, and that's what I like a lot about her. Coming in at number 8 is another character that was in Life is Strange 1. Obviously, Life is Strange 1 is my favourite. Life is Strange is my favourite ever game that's been created, so it's obviously going to have a hint of bias, but I've gone for Warren. Now, Warren's a bit of a Marmite character in terms of you either really like Warren or you don't like him at all. You know, Max has nightmares that he's obsessive over her. It's obvious that Warren fancies Max, but Max doesn't really feel the same way, even though you can choose to kiss him in the diner, which I've done that option before, but I tend to just hug because that's just how I am. Yeah, I've put Warren at number 8. He helped out a few times, obviously took the beating for Max, beat Nathan up. Sorry, why did I say beated? You know what I meant. Beat Nathan up. Helped get into Principal Wells' office. So he had quite a big part in helping Max and Chloe find out what happened to Rachel. And obviously that photo, if he didn't take that selfie with Max at the end of the world party, Max might not have been able to save Chloe or herself. So yeah, I'd say Warren is a very important reason as to how Life is Strange 1 is played out, and I think he's a good character. There wasn't really any honourable mentions for this one, but there is some other characters that obviously won't get mentioned when we get to their games. Like for me, I don't think there was anyone that was an honourable mention for Life is Strange 1, but then there might be for other games. So Warren is in number 8. Now, we are going off someone that is involved in Life is Strange 1 heavily, but aren't actually in it really. And that is Rachel Amber. So Rachel Amber was in Life is Strange 1 as a photograph, but obviously you never saw her body, but her body was there in the scrapyard. She was obviously one of the main characters in Life is Strange Before the Storm. And there was also a dialogue, if you, depending on your choices, I believe, it might not actually be depending on your choices, but there is a line of dialogue from Rachel in Life is Strange True Colors DLC Wavelengths. Rachel's a weird one. Some people would put Rachel at number 1. Some people would have her in the top 10 most hated characters. But I like Rachel. I think she makes Chloe happy until obviously Nathan doses her and then and then she's dead. But she's obviously a huge part of Life is Strange 1. She is arguably the biggest plot in Life is Strange 1 is what happened to Rachel Amber. So she is a really important character in Life is Strange 1, which is the most important game in the franchise as well. I thought her performance at the Tempest was really good in Life is Strange Before the Storm. At least that's what the picture is when they perform the Tempest. The scene during the start of episode 1 in the barn when they're in Life is Strange Before the Storm, when they're dancing and she throws the bottle at that thug. That was pretty cool. Obviously, she gets stabbed by Damon Merrick, which isn't ideal. And then obviously during the game you find out that her mum isn't actually a mum, and her dad was actually going to pay to get her killed. So you either have the choice to tell Rachel the truth or protect her from the truth. I actually think protecting her from the truth is the better outcome here. But ultimately, all that'll happen is that Rachel will have a hatred to her parents, her real dad and her non-biological mother, or she just won't think anything of it. But ultimately, the same thing happens. She doesn't survive. Coming in at number 6 is a character that is the main character in one of these games. Now, I forgot to put that he was actually briefly in Captain Spirit for a wave, because he waved at Captain Spirit. But I put Sean Diaz. What a character. Do you know what? Honestly, Sean could have been top 3. 3, 4, 5, and 6 were close. Number 4 wouldn't be number 4, really, for most people. But again, there was always someone that I was going to put higher up in the list. But I put Sean at number 6. He does everything for his brother. what a traumatic experience for Sean. Everything that he's been on was so traumatic. Yeah, this game is really, really underrated. I actually used to think this was the worst Life is Strange game, before when there was one before the storm, True Colors, and two. Now Double Exposure's in there. I think Double Exposure is probably my least favourite, but it doesn't mean I dislike it. I thought it was a good game, but there was a lot of poor things in it. But I actually think Life is Strange 2 might be better than True Colors. I'm not really sure. I love Life is Strange 2. Such a good game. I'm actually thinking about playing it this weekend. Um, to be honest with you, that's something I've kind of got planned. Yeah, Sean's a great character, and I love the stuff in episode 4 with Lisbeth at Haven Point. That's a great episode of Life is Strange. And then obviously the final choice where you think you're gonna get through the wall, get into Mexico, and then obviously you get stopped, and then you're in the jail, and then you get back to the wall, to a border, and there's obviously four different options to choose the ending. So I think Redemption, the only reason Redemption is a good ending is for someone that you'll see later on in this video. I will put Daniel as an honourable mention, but there was sometimes he would have been 11th if there was an extra person on the list. I'll just say that. So Daniel was the main honourable mention. I also quite liked Stephen, who was Sean and Daniel's grandfather. He was another honourable mention for this list. But yeah, and so was Brody. There was genuinely a few honourable mentions from Life is Strange 2, but Sean's definitely there. Coming in at number 5 is Alex Chen from Life is Strange True Colors and the Life is Strange True Colors DLC, even though she's in it for about 15-20 seconds. The main character of Life is Strange True Colors, and she's a fantastic character as well. She thinks she's finally found a new place to settle. She gets to see her brother for the first time in years after being in foster care. And then her brother dies, and she discovers she's got powers, she can see people's emotions, and she wants to find out what happened to her brother. And Typhon, who were the mining company which caused the death, were paying people off, threatening people. And then we find out that she's obviously living in Gabe's old place, which is in the Black Lantern bar, which is run by Jed Lucan, who was deemed a hero for saving loads of lives during some mining incident a long time ago. And it turns out he wasn't a hero after all, and he got those people killed, and was the one that. So he was working with Typhon to eliminate any proof, which is what killed Gabe, and he shot Alex in the shoulder, and she dropped down a massive mine shaft, and I don't know how she survived. I know it's a video game, but in a realistic scenario, I do not think she would have survived that. But she did, confronted him, and he pleaded and confessed everything. A great character. The ending's tough, I actually think that one of the harder choices for me is either stay in Haven or go on the road, because she always said she wanted to stay in a location, and then you'd go in after about 2 weeks, but obviously you'd be with Steph or Ryan. Actually, I don't know what the option is if Ryan. Surely you just stay in Haven if it's with Ryan. I don't think I've actually. I must have done a Life is Strange, True Colors reverse gameplay. I must have done an alternate option gameplay, but I'm gonna have a look into that because I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, now I said that 4, 3, 2, and 1 were going to be a bit different. So coming in at number 4 is Lila Park from Life is Strange 2. Now I put a post on Reddit and the Life is Strange subreddit begging. No, it wasn't begging. I was saying she should have had more time in the game, or she should have actually had a DLC. It would have been a perfect DLC to make. Would have been on Lila. She's Sean's best friend. There's two options. So you see her at the start of episode 1. Seems like a pretty cool character. And then obviously the fight happens with the neighbour, and then the policeman shoots the dad, and then Daniel activates his power that he doesn't know what happened, and obviously the policeman dies, so it looks like they've killed the cop. There's obviously have the chance to phone her in episode 1, at the end of episode 1 in the motel. And then you also get a chance to call her when you're at your grandparents' house in Beaver Creek, I think it was called, Beaver Creek. I actually as well know that if you don't call her either time, she has to be sectioned, I think, because her mental health is horrific and she's having mental breakdowns. whereas she's a little bit more relieved, but she will obviously not tell the police anything. So if you choose the redemption ending, this is what I was on about before. You see Lila, I think it's like 20 years later, but she waits for you with Karen and Daniel. But only if you've called her. If you don't call her, she will not be there. And I don't like the redemption ending, but the only positive about redemption ending is that Lila's there. But obviously, you could maybe like cross the border, but then why couldn't Lila come to Mexico? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is that not an option? So this is why Lila should have had a DLC, in my opinion, because it wouldn't have to be a determined one. So it wouldn't be like going to Mexico to find them or anything, because that might not be what the choice people wanted. But it could just be her dealing with seeing the news and people asking her questions, and she's struggling to live her normal life because of what's happened. So we've got three left now. Yes, a bit boring that I've gone for the three that are on the thumbnail. You know who's going to be number one, you know who's going to be number two, you know who's going to be number three. So coming in at number three is Steph Gingrich from Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange True Colors, and Life is Strange True Colors DLC Wavelengths. The DLC Wavelengths is literally all about Steph. It's her own DLC pack, which is pretty cool. I know it was made during the COVID pandemic, so obviously that's maybe why it was just kind of restricted, because if they use motion capture, obviously. She didn't really have a huge role in Life is Strange Before the Storm. She was obviously friends with Mikey. And Mikey's also in Life is Strange True Colors DLC, which is pretty cool. Um, but then Life is Strange True Colors, she comes back, and she's a pretty important character. You know, obviously she ends up being a love interest for Alex. She was best friends with Alex's brother, who dies. And yeah, she'll always defend Alex. Alex will always defend her. She puts on the LARP. Now, I don't like the LARP episode 3. I don't like it, but it's still there, isn't it? Um, that's like one of my most negative things about Life is Strange True Colors. I completely get it's something different, but it just isn't for me ultimately. She likes to play with like figurines and like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, mythical beasts. And she loves music. She loves radio, and she's the foosball champion if you let her win. Yeah, so Steph number three, I think is fair. I think her work when you do the LARP, you know, the scene with her and Alex where Alex winks if you say take your hand in marriage, and then you check her emotion and she's yes, yes, yes. That's really cool. I like that. But yeah, I'm gonna put her number three. Now, Chloe and Max. This one, I think this one's probably the hardest one. Everyone will have at least Max or Chloe in their top three. I have them both at top two, like most people. I've gone for Chloe at number two now. This is a long list. She's in Life is Strange 1. She's the main character in Life is Strange Before the Storm. She's in Life is Strange Before the Storm DLC with Max. She's in a photo of Life is Strange 2, even if you don't sacrifice Chloe and you sacrifice, regardless of the option. She's got a dialogue piece in Life is Strange True Colors DLC, and she's got a dialogue and a message and a picture. I can't believe I missed a picture in Life is Strange Double Exposure. Yes, look, I haven't actually done a review of Life is Strange Double Exposure, but it's very disappointing that they've just tried to get rid of Chloe pretty much. But it was nice that she messaged after what happened with the storm, but the fact that Max didn't respond to it was quite disappointing. But yeah, Chloe is an amazing character. You can see she's a troubled character. But she just wants the best for Max and the best for herself. She's got a lot of enemies in Arcadia Bay. Um, she wanted the best for Rachel as well. Yeah, great character. Obviously, this one of the faces of the franchise, in my opinion, are Max and Chloe. But Max is definitely the primary face of the franchise. You think of Life is Strange 1, you think of Life is Strange, you think of Max, you think of Chloe. You might think of Sean, but yeah, like Chloe's number two, and then obviously number one, Max Caulfield, who's in Life is Strange 1 as the main character. She's the main character in Life is Strange Before the Storm DLC, the photo of Life is Strange 2, and obviously the main character in Life is Strange Double Exposure. And I loved Max in Life is Strange Double Exposure, but she was not the same. Hannah Tell did an amazing job as always, and she's been nominated for an award for it, which is really deserved. But obviously, Max when she was 18 was a better character than Max when she was 28, and that's just how it is. But I liked her power in Double Exposure, and I liked a lot of the characters in Double Exposure. But we're going to mainly talk about Life is Strange 1. What a game, what a character. She plays detective. She saves Kate, determined. She could warn Victoria about Nathan. Um, she stops with her powers and rewind powers and looking at photos. She manages to stop Jefferson. She saves Chloe multiple times from the train tracks, from the bathroom, potentially from the whole thing, and she sacrifices the town. She has some really tough decisions to make. Great character. Life is Strange Before the Storm DLC was obviously the farewell. It's when she's going to leave Arcadia Bay, and then obviously the same day, William dies, which is Chloe's dad. Um, there is actually a rumor going round. I saw a rumor that apparently I can't remember if this is right, so don't shoot the messenger. But I read somewhere that apparently Max's parents moved her on purpose because they didn't want her to be gay. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but um, I don't know if that was the purpose of it or what. But yeah. Then there's obviously the photo with her in Life is Strange 2 uh if you sacrificed Arcadia Bay. And it's obviously the main character in Life is Strange Double Exposure. She finds out what happened to Safi. And like I said, episode 5 is really poorly written. Now, there's some good stuff in episode 5, but episode 3 and 4 of Life is Strange Double Exposure were really good. And I thought episode 1 and 2 were alright, but 5 was a bit of a weird one. Um, but yeah, that is my list, and I know it was long. I do apologize. It was a long one. But that is my top 10 Life is Strange characters. Do let me know who makes your top 10 list down below. Like and comment if you enjoyed the video. Also, please subscribe if you are new. We are trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the year, but we know that's going to be very difficult now. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.